Hey guys, Feed Me Words here, and in today's video, this is a different style to what I usually do. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I do lyric reaction videos. I've done a skit, but today I'm going to be doing more of a sit down, just talking to you guys. And the question today is, do virgins actually have a choice? So if you'd like to know more about that, continue watching. So this is something I've been thinking about, and I was like, hey, why not make a video on this, hear what people are saying. Let's see what people think about this, their experiences. So litter my comments with all your assumptions, your experiences, anything you have to add. I would appreciate that. And even responding to some of them, putting some of them in my videos. Firstly, instantly, when you hear the word virgin, what do you think about? I'm willing to bet that you think of a woman, you think of a female. If you don't, that's okay, but that's the majority of what people think about. When you hear the word virgin, you're just females. You're like, oh, she's a virgin, you know? Males are virgins, and yes, they do exist. I don't know, maybe somewhere in Narnia, but they do exist. I'm sure there's some of them out there. And now with that base aside, you also have to think about virgin males and females. What are the differences between them? Are they equated the same? Are they judged the same in society? And the truth is yes and no. Firstly, when you're a virgin and you're a male, you have so much stigma attached to you. You're just like stigmatized for being a virgin male. People think there's something wrong with you, and they just assume no one finds you attractive, so that's why no one's willing to have sex with you. And they also assume that you're not experienced, and that's why you're still a virgin, because why not? Why are you still a virgin? And then there's a fetish when it comes to females, and it's this idea that a man, in this case, who wants to disvirgin you because it makes him feel proud, and it kind of boosts his ego that he got to you first, you know? But actually in recent days, and I did do some research before this, most of this is just my thoughts and just how I view these things and what I've seen. But most of these, I did do some research just to kind of understand the topic a little better. Although before, virgins were more prized, like they were seen as prized possessions, especially female virgins. Before, it was a clear line between a male virgin and female virgin, and female virgins are looked upon with respect and all of that. But nowadays, you're actually frowned upon for being a virgin. And yes, it still boosts a man's ego if you're a virgin. Reading some things, you'd find that men actually find that very strange, that you're still a virgin. And they actually would prefer someone who wasn't a virgin because it shows they have more experience. You know, it just makes more sense to them. And that's what I've read from majority of men saying, like, that's how they feel. So in that instance, females are also treated as if they can't find someone, or there's just something wrong with them, and that's why they're still virgins. And most men actually find it creepy that you're a virgin, especially when you're in your 20s, and from there on, it's kind of like, well, why? Like, why are you still a virgin? What's your problem? Do you have a problem? Like, can you not have sex? You know, and all those questions. And it's not as much valued and found as a prized possession and something to kind of look up to anymore. So putting those aside, the main topic, it's just laying that foundation, the main topic, why I'm actually talking about this, is to find out, do virgins actually really have a choice? In this day and age, virgins are treated like outcasts, and they're actually judged for being virgins, you know? And it feels like, do they have a choice? And if they have a choice, is their choice limited because of how much pressure they get from society to lose their virginity, even when they feel they're not ready, or they don't want to as of yet, or maybe some people are waiting for marriage. There's so many different reasons, but do they actually have a choice, or is that choice limited, or is that choice actually conditional? Now, there are different kinds of virgins, and most importantly, people are virgins for different reasons. Some people are virgins for their beliefs and the way they were raised. Some people are virgins just because they have no religious affiliations or whatever. They just want to wait, you know, they just want to wait till marriage. Or some people just want to wait till the right person. Some people are actually virgins not by choice, but because they haven't met the right person, you know, and they don't just want to give it up to anyone. Or there's actually just no one pursuing them, and they're not going to go out looking for the people. So I think there's so many reasons why someone could choose to be a virgin. That choice needs to be respected. That choice needs to be respected and not treat it as if it's nothing. There's a whole double standard with, you have a choice, but as long as it falls into the lines of what is very much acceptable by society and what is acceptable by the masses, as long as it falls into that category, then you do have a choice. But when it falls out of that, you're frowned upon and you're actually looked at with disgust, and it begs the question, do you actually have a choice, or are people just putting up with you, accommodating you because there's no other choice, you're here anyway, but they just really want you to lose it? That is a choice, and not just a choice, a very personal one at that. That is a personal decision that shouldn't be influenced by outer opinions and all of that, and you should be able to choose whether you want to remain a virgin or lose your virginity. Either way, you should have it should be your choice all the way, and you shouldn't be pressured to lose it or to keep it. Now, even with painting that picture, you also get people who are non-virgins who are treated so bad because they're non-virgins. I don't think it's really popular as it used to be anymore, but you still get some people who, by virgins, are treated really badly for not being virgin, and that's also really messed up. You shouldn't treat someone badly because they're not virgins. That is a personal choice that you make, and it should be respected either way. The problem is just the pressure to lose your virginity, not because you actually want to, but because of society and because of what is popular. And most times you actually start to think of what people have said to you, and you start to kind of see sense in it because of fear. And you're like, oh, maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe, maybe I do need to have sex. And you end up going to have sex with the wrong person, or just doing it out of, not because you actually want to, but because you're tired of the stigma. And I think we need to find a safe space where people can say, I am a virgin, and be proud of it, and not something to like pat your back like I'm better than anyone. No, but if that is your choice, you should be able to live out that choice. And if you choose to have sex, that shouldn't be stigmatized as well. There's a difference between accepting something and respecting something. You could meet someone and you have opposing beliefs and you don't accept what the person is saying, but you respect them for their beliefs and their opinions. There has to be a separation from the two. You can respect someone and not actually accept what they believe, but I feel like our society is just so bent on acceptance, and when you have something against that, or you have something that is different to what everyone else believes, you're actually rejected instead of respected for your opinions. And also, let's mention there are different kinds of virgins. Some virgins think oral sex has nothing to do with disvirgining oneself and you're still a virgin. And some virgins do nothing. Literally making out, kissing, none of that. If you've done that, you're not a virgin. And I've heard some wild assumptions. I've heard when you put on a tampon, that actually disvirgins you, so you're not a virgin. I've heard that. I've also heard that thoughts about sex and also disvirgins you. So there's so many types of virgins and so many different beliefs attached to that, because when it comes down to it, it's just your belief. It's just what is for you. This is what you want to uphold, your values and what you want to uphold. So that's basically what it comes down to. What else can I mention here? And then another situation is when a woman actually wants to wait till marriage, and then she meets a guy, and the guy pressures her into having sex, and not just pressures her into having sex, but she feels fear that if she told the guy that she couldn't have sex with him, he's going to leave her. And because of that fear, she actually goes to have sex with him when she's actually not ready to have sex, and she doesn't want to have sex, but just the pressure of not being accepted. And then there's another one where you have sex for the first time with someone, and you actually don't tell the person that you're a virgin because you're afraid of what they might say of you or they might think of you, and you just hope they don't figure out that you haven't had sex before. And all of that just boils down to pressure. It's still pressure of, do you actually have a choice, or your choices are being manipulated to make you cave, and also there's some people who abstain from sex even when they really want to have sex. That is a personal decision, and it really should be respected. It should be normalized that there are virgins out there, and it's okay to be a virgin. If that's all you get from here, it is okay to be a virgin, and you shouldn't feel like you have to explain yourself to anyone. But if that is your personal choice and you want to uphold that, whether it is having sex or not having sex, you should be able to do that without all these pressures. And hey, there's slut shaming, and sorry for that term, I actually hate using that term, and you're also judged for that. But I think today I just wanted to focus on virgins and the choice that needs to be reclaimed by virgins. And you shouldn't feel like you have to explain anything to anyone. You shouldn't feel like you have to lose your virginity because of fear, because of pressure, when this is something that you want to uphold and you want to keep. Because some people don't want to get married. Some people don't want to get into a relationship. Some people want to abstain for the rest of their life. That is a choice that needs to be expected. Some people want to wait till marriage. That is a choice that should be respected, male and female. And some people want to wait till the right person. That should be respected as well. And some people don't want to wait and have met the right person, or just want to have sex whenever they want and with whomever they want. And that should be respected. You don't have to accept it, but there should be a respect amongst all those choices. And also, I've heard about this girl who, she wanted to, I think she was in her 20s, her early 20s, and she had this friend who was 19, and the friend was like asking her about sexual advice and was like, I want to have sex with this guy, but I just want to know if he's the real deal. So do you think I should do it? I really want to, but I don't know if I should give it up to him yet because it's my first time. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Firstly, there's just the assumption. She automatically just jumped to the assumption, hey, she's 20. Hey, she's 21, so she should have had sex already. And, she blurted out all those things. And the girl was like, hey, no, I've actually never had sex before. And then she was mocked for saying that she's never had sex before. And the 19-year-old looks at her and goes, what? You haven't had sex before? If I'm 21 and I haven't had sex, I just have to shoot myself. It just has to happen. What? That is unbelievable. Why? Why haven't you had sex before? And I'm sure in that situation, you feel pressure. You're just like, I don't know, maybe something is wrong with me, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with you. And that is a personal choice. And we need to respect people's choices, even if we don't accept them and we don't believe in them also. So guys, I want to hear what you're saying on this topic. Do virgins actually have a choice? Let me know in your experiences, if you've had experiences, even if you're a virgin and non-virgin. You can send me private messages. I don't know if that's allowed on YouTube. I'm very new to this journey. And I don't have an Instagram as of yet. If you're comfortable, you can send them. You can use a burner account and send... put your comments down below. And do you think virgins actually have a choice? Do you think that choice is manipulated? What are your experiences as a non-virgin or as a virgin, or you were a previous virgin before and you had this experience but now you're not a virgin, or you're still a virgin and the traumas that you go through? Or is it easy for you? Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know all those things, because there's definitely going to be a part 2 on this topic. And in the part 2, it's going to be very different to this one. The part 2 is going to be filled with all your messages. Obviously, I will keep you guys all anonymous. Maybe by then I'd create an Instagram that you can send me private messages, and then it'll be easier if you want to remain anonymous. So yeah, that's an option. But for now, just you can send me through a burner account or something if you don't feel comfortable putting your actual username in the comments, whatever works for you. But I will definitely be doing a part 2, and it will be just reading out some of your experiences, some opinions and all of that, and then just talking about them. And yes, that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you give it a like? If you like this kind of videos, if you prefer them to the lyric reaction videos, that's gonna stay. I love lyrics. I love reacting to that. I love music, so it's going to be consistent with that as well. But if you like this kind of style of videos of just talking about things that happen and thoughts that people sometimes never really talk about, let me know in the comments and I will give you more content like this. That's it, guys. I will see you in the very next one.